3.0. All right, guys, let's go. We got a solid, rooted movement talk story. We got Brother Rich Porter of PickUp USA at Rich Hoops Trainer, one of our featured coaches at our upcoming Elite Foundations basketball camp for youth 10 to 14 happening at PickUp USA. Yeah, man, September 14th is going to be super solid. 9 to 1 p.m. We're going to dive in with Brother Rich, Coach Rich, just talking about his story, how he got into basketball, why he loves training youth, and just basically what he's doing at PickUp USA, helping the youth with their skills, with their basketball training. And you're, oh, what's up, bro? Let's go, dude. And yeah, super stoked, dude. I'm really diving back into basketball and really diving into youth coaching. Yeah, so yeah, I've been doing it volunteer coaching for about 2 years. Shout out to Encore Basketball League here in Elk Grove. And yeah, I've always wanted to do something with basketball, but as I dove into more b-ball for myself and for Elijah, my son, yeah, man, it's natural. Some of the parents were asking if I was going to do any outside coaching, whether it be fitness, regular coaching, or just anything with basketball. And, you know, we got to go with the flow, dude. So I decided to launch Rooted Youth Basketball. We focus on mindset, basketball IQ, skills, but mainly movement and performance, and also that joy and passion for basketball. Yeah, so still want to, you know, plant the seed of joy, but also plant the seed of growth, but also plant the seed of discipline. You know what I'm saying? So once you get all of that, you're going to continue to move forward within basketball. But yeah, dude, I just noticed I got a freaking fat bruise right here, dude. It had our men's league game yesterday. I'm a little dude, so I got to be a little physical. So, you know, sometimes we get bumps and bruises, dude. That's why we strength train, movement, performance training. Let me see. I'm just talking stories real quick. But yeah, if you guys have any questions for Coach Rich, as far as whether it be basketball, whether it be sports, or whether it be just anything in general, you know what I'm saying? Just leave a comment, and then we're going to be sure to answer any questions that you guys have. Oh, what's up, Jeremy? Yeah, dude, so we'll be diving in. Like I said, this is going to be all about youth basketball. But as always, dude, I like to correlate everything with life. You know what I'm saying? So especially on the basketball court, I like to teach the kids I coach, especially Elijah, be a respectful warrior. You know what I'm saying? Respect yourself, respect everyone within the game of basketball, and also respect the game itself, right? Oh, there's brother. But yeah, we'll be diving in. There's Brother Rich real quick. My freaking thing is... Oh, wait. First off, can you guys hear me? I'm using a different mic. So if you guys can hear me, do a thumbs up or a shaka emoji. And then I will continue to use... Bro, what is this, cuz? Here, let's see. Rich. See. Mighty Creations, let's go, dude. Eee, shout out the fam here in Elk Grove. If you guys need any super... Oh, here we go.
Switch it around.
I see your bed.
There we go.
There you go.
Sorry for the
Oh yeah.
mess.
Oh shoot. I can't hear you.
Oh, one sec, Serge.
Can you hear me?
Yes, how about now? Can you
Let's
hear me
see.
now?
No,
1 second. Oh, wait a second.
it might be me, maybe,
How
because
about now?
I actually have this mic linked up.
Is that better?
No.
Oh, okay, 1 second. Somewhere else. How about now? Dang it. Okay.
Nice. So, Carl, even let's see. Yeah, got you, dude. Shout out to brother Carl, part of the Pickup USA fam. Yee, sup Travis? Oh, dude, I got the whole Pickup USA squad, dude. Let's go, dude. Jeremy, you ready for our 35 and over clinic? We'll be hooping, dude. After that, we'll get you on with the family. But yeah, I'm gonna just shoot the shits as they say. But yeah, dude, I had our men's league yesterday. Finally got a dub. We're started off 0-2, but yeah, it's always not how you start, it's how you finish, right? But yeah. Oh, what's up, Rich?
How about now, sir?
I think it's me, dude. Let me get this mic off because I had this mic on because Jeremy said he can hear you, but
Oh,
hello.
hello.
Oh, right there. There you go.
Perfect. Okay, I'm just
Yeah,
gonna.
I fully think it was me, dude. Let me try to double check. Oh, there you go.
Well, it's funny. I always
Oh
assume
yeah.
it's me because I'm like when it comes to technology, I'm a total Luddite, and so I just assume it's always me.
No. Yeah, that was me, dude. I have this mic system set up, but no, dude, this is gonna be solid, dude. We'll just now my
Congrats on
stand
the
is.
win too.
Oh yeah, thanks, dude. Hell yeah, yeah. Finally got the dub, dude. It's I was saying it's not how you start, it's how you finish, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So, but
Absolutely.
yeah, our men's league last year we started off 0-2, and then we finally got the chemistry down, got everything down. Then we always got a cool little trophy, dude. Let's go. Yep. So it's my first championship as a player since intramurals back in college.
That's awesome, man.
But no, yeah, and then congrats on our win with you in the starter league. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
thanks, sir. You know, your
yeah, dude.
son, I gotta say about your son, for people who know Elijah, I didn't know him all that well last season when he was in the rookie division, and I always thought he was kind of like a serious little dude.
Yeah,
But after like coaching him for a little bit on my team, he is not like obviously he takes care of business on the court,
yeah.
but he is so silly and I absolutely love it. Like he was like putting a curse on
Oh
somebody
yeah,
when they
yeah,
were
yeah. No,
shooting a
yeah.
free throw or something.
It's super funny, dude. Yeah. But before we jump on, let's go ahead and do our intros real quick, dude.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is the Rooted Movement talk story. So basically, I have healthy fitness coaches, but now that I'm shifting into uh, youth movement and performance training, I'm still training parents. But yeah, I found out that a lot of parents would invest in their children first before
Oh yeah.
themselves, which I wish they would do both, but you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But getting into for myself, volunteer coaching and all this good stuff, and connecting with, I've always connected with great people on the basketball court and just in the basketball community. So I really want to dive into performance and movement training. So my background is health and fitness. So I want to help the kids really get into that mind body connection and developing that long term athletic development. And yeah, so I'm shifting towards more of getting guests who are in the basketball world. So coaches, skills trainers, fitness and strength performance coaches. So yeah, so you're one of my first official basketball skills trainers slash coaches jumping on the podcast. So much love, dude. Thank you. It's gonna be about
It's
a
not
45
it's
minute or so
yeah,
talk
absolutely.
story, and basically talk story in Hawaii back home. It means that just to just to converse and really hang out and talk and organically just talk, right? So I do have some structure. I do want to learn more about you yourself. Where you grew up, how you got into basketball, and then how you shifted into really coaching the youth, and then just kind of diving into what we're going to be doing for our Elite Foundations Camp on the 14th of September, dude.
Yeah,
So,
man, I'm psyched for that.
yeah, man, I want to get you on the floor, kind of introduce yourself, who you are, any credentials you want to share, and what you do at Pickup USA, dude.
Yeah, so I'm Rich Porter. Like Serge said, I'm a trainer or a coach, if you will, at PickUp USA in Rancho Cordova. And I'm originally from Wales, in the United Kingdom. So even though I don't have an accent anymore, which my wife is kind of disappointed about, but I moved out here in 2014 for good. I worked as a behavior consultant for. I worked with families whose children usually had some kind of developmental delay, typically autism. So I did that for 7 years, and like 2 or 3 years ago, it's probably more like 3 years ago now. I kind of felt like I'm getting close to 40 years old, like, and I'm in this job that I was getting a little burned out, to be honest. And I was like, do I really want to spend like 20, 25 plus years doing something that I'm not that passionate about, or do I want to do something that I love? And then I went into focused a lot more on skills training. I still work at a high school. That's my day job, but Pickup USA. If when I'm not at work, I'm at Pickup USA, either working out myself or working out other people, and I absolutely adore it.
Nice, dude. Hell yeah. And then as far as basketball, like when did basketball kind of enter your life as far
Oh
as
yes, sir.
just in general?
Yeah, so I was right about 10 years old when I don't know how I saw it, or I don't remember like vividly like the day that I saw it, but I fell in love with Tim Hardaway when he was with the Golden State Warriors. We didn't really get much coverage back home of the NBA. You would have to stay up like super late, like 3 a.m. to catch some games or whatever, which I did, occasionally. But I remember my mom and my uncle would get me these VHS tapes that were like highlight videos essentially. Like these are like the rising stars and all these type of things. And I saw Tim Hardaway do his killer crossover,
Yeah.
and then I was like, I gotta learn how to do this. And like in the UK, basketball is like it's growing in popularity, but back then it was like very low on the cultural totem pole. Of course, it's like football or soccer and cricket and rugby and all that type of stuff, but I wasn't really into any of that stuff. But I was able to kind of mimic the movements pretty well. I've always been a natural mover.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Which is funny now because like I meet so many clients who that's not necessarily true for them.
Mhm.
But anyway, so started at 10. My mom took me to it was kind of a youth program for they had a pro team called the Chester Jets who've always I think they're called the Cheshire Phoenix now in like Northwest England. And they had really good coaches there and they put such a huge emphasis on skill, which is kind of rare. Like in Europe, there's not that much emphasis on skill development. Maybe there is more now, but I was very lucky that these guys were teaching me how to do behind the back wraps, like swing steps, like spin moves, like shooting off different footworks, and they never got down on you. Like if you tried something in a game and it didn't work out, like they never got down on you because they
Yep,
just were happy that you were trying stuff. So I was
yep, yep.
super lucky for that. 15, I started playing for the Welsh national team, so I got on to the under 16s team. Uh, and I guess I kind of dabbled. I fell in love with Ann One, which I'm sure you did
Yep,
too.
yep, yep. Hell yeah. Yep. You got to, dude. Especially if you're growing up in the early 2000s, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think we're around the same age. I'm 40. You know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
like, yeah,
Same.
like the street ball, freaking, and one just like just being creative was
Oh
freaking.
yeah.
It was cool. Even then, like, it was crazy. Like thinking about it. Like now you can go on YouTube, super accessible for like highlight tapes. But like we had to get like DVDs or like
The
VHS.
mixtape.
Well, we got DVDs in the 2000s and stuff. But yeah, you had to have the fucking compact disc and you had to like sit down and play it on your TV, dude, which is
Oh
pretty crazy, dude.
yeah. I
So
think I spent hours downloading on LimeWire for the kids
LimeWire too.
who
Yep,
don't know what
yep,
that is to get
yep.
the M1 Volume 3. So I spent so much time getting those moves down. And it was super fun, but looking back, I was like, man, I could have spent my time like working on so many other things that were
Yeah,
like more game relevant, but I had my fun. Um, 18, I kind of finally developed some kind of social life. Like I barely had anything. I was just so driven on basketball. So uh, There was like a couple of years where I didn't know what the heck I wanted to do in my life, and I had like, working menial jobs like grocery store, like clerk and all that stuff. Like, no offense to anyone who does that, but um, it was just something I wanted. I knew I wanted to do more, so I eventually joined college pretty late. I think I was like 21, 22, maybe when I went. Um, and I purposely avoided the team. Like I went out for a tryout on the team, and they wanted me,
Yeah.
but there was like a couple of guys who like had a really bad attitude, and I was just like, no thanks.
You get thrown off,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, so
Yeah.
so I joined. I only played like half the time that I was there at college on the team, but I had a blast, made some great friends there, and then that's about it. Like I never went pro, even though I wanted to. I figured I could make more money from my education, from my brain, than I ever could from my basketball skills, which was true.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then yeah, at 30 years old, I'll tell you one more thing. So I was kind of playing basketball on and off, and then at 30, I was like picking up so many injuries, which I'm sure once you hit that late 20s mark, like 30s, like things start falling off. And then I asked myself, like, do I want to keep doing this to myself to get maybe like 2% better, or do I want to like learn something completely new? So I started learning martial arts, and for 7 years religiously, like 6 days a week, I was doing Wing Chun mostly.
Oh, sick. Hell
So
yeah.
I was obsessed. And then finally, to bring it all the way back home, the movie Hustle was released. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yep. Yep. Netflix. Yep.
Yes, sir. And some trainers that I had been following for over a decade now on YouTube, Michael Lancaster, you know who that is?
Yep. Yep. Yep.
So I saw him in this movie. He actually was in the movie training the main guy, and I was like, wow, he made it all the way. Like he's side by side with Adam Sandler. Like this is crazy. And that movie was like so inspirational to me that I was like, I'm gonna get back into this thing.
Nice, dude.
Um,
Hell yeah.
and yeah, and I wanted to be a trainer even back in like 2015 when I saw what they were doing in those early days of I'm Possible. It was like a training that I'd never seen before, and they used all these cool methods to hold people accountable, but I just never pulled the trigger.
Yep.
But with time, with age, you get that wisdom of like this. You only get one go around. Like,
Yep. Yep. 100%. No, yeah, that's how I am with now moving into the movement and performance training. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been a health and fitness coach for shoot since 2014. Yeah, so
nice.
11 years, but I did mainly general population and then focus on past like, since I dove back into full-time training parents. You know what I'm saying? But then like most of the parents I train are parents I meet via basketball. You know what I'm saying? And like I've had a ton of parents like tell me like, "Hey, dude, you should like do something with basketball, like train." Because they see me with the kids. I'm really good with the kids and stuff. And yeah, it's at first I was like, I don't know, like there's already like a lot of skills trainers and like already like great like volunteer coaches or just coaches in general, AAU, rec league and stuff. But then I started thinking, I was like, dude, there's no like movement and performance trainers and coaches like teaching the kids how to really the mind body connection and like not just doing the drills but like all right like really intentfully like feel the ground and like push off the ground or like even like receiving force because basketball is a super physical game, you know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah,
So like but also like building their physical and mental resilience uh, on and off the basketball court. You know what I'm saying? So there, I'm all like, oh shoot. I mean, I'm already a health and fitness coach. Like, I have the experience, and I got my performance enhancement specialist cert in January. So I'm all like, oh shoot, let me just jump in and do. So like, yeah, the past like since since July, like the beginning of
nice.
the month, that's when I decided like, okay, let me flip it. Let me
Heck
go
yeah,
offer this movement performance training for the youth, and then if parents want to train with me, and then they can train with me, you know what I'm saying? But
absolutely.
mainly focus because yeah, like when I'm working with Elijah, or I've been working with Elijah since forever, but like him and his best friend, and now I'm working with other kids. I do a free training down at the park, like their movement coordination, plus they're growing, you know what I'm saying,
Oh
that 10
yeah,
to 14 years, you know what I'm saying, it's like
that
they're
awkward
getting
stage.
that. yeah, that growth, but also like the kind of rediscovering their body. So there, it's like, oh damn, like they need some coordination, dude. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and then I mean, you probably see it too, like the whole like, all right, we're gonna do X Y Z, and then it may take them a little while, but once they hammer it down, they're like, okay, and then it just flows, right? So,
Yeah,
but
I'm glad you brought that up because it's like it's kind of a trope that like you need to put like I think coaches can take that too far sometimes of like you need to hammer this, you need to rep this out so much. It doesn't take that long for kids
yeah,
to get something. Like
yeah,
if I'm teaching them, say like how to do a power stop, which you know is landing in like a 1-2 fashion, pretty wide stance, and then having a late a pickup as possible. Excuse me, I got a phone call. I got a spam. There we go. Um, I mean, they'll struggle for like 2-3 minutes, but like with video feedback, whatever, like I break it down. Hey, and I have the skill mats, of course, so I tell them exactly where their feet need to go, and literally like 2-3 minutes, and then they've pretty much got it, like 90%.
yeah,
They,
yeah,
you know, it's not at like game speed or whatever, but like they've got it enough to where like they don't need me now and they can practice it by themselves.
yep, yep,
Yeah.
yep. No, yeah, that's what I try to teach the kids now. Elijah's been my guinea pig. You know what I'm saying? So like yeah, so like I always tell them too, like the kids I coach, or even like with whenever they do training here, it's like, hey dude, like this is where you make your mistakes, you learn from it, and then you fix it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and I tell them like, if you're getting frustrated, that just means you care. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah.
Yep, yep. So like, there is like, if they're not getting it or whatever, or in the game, for example, this past game with our Encore basketball league, uh, Elijah took a, a couple like uh just bogus shots basically, you know what I'm saying? And then like he started getting upset. He was like,
He
I'm gonna
would
be like
never.
Captain a fool, you know what I'm saying? And then I was all like, hey dude, I know you've been looking forward to this game. It's like just hoop. It's oh, shout out to my brother Alex here. But no, and then I'm all like, you're like me, dude. Like sometimes you just think too much. It's like we just gotta go hoop. And then yeah, like for me, like for example, kind of bringing it back to myself for our men's league, like first 2 3 games I find myself putting too much importance in the game, but I'm all like, dude, it's a men's league, bro. It's not like we're like playing for millions of dollars, and
Yeah,
we're all here to like have fun and hoop and compete, you know what I mean? So
absolutely.
yeah, there it's like the mindset part of like, it's okay and it's okay if you make mistakes. It's okay if you miss, like for me, like I'm a passer, so like I would rather pass. But then there's one play with Alex. He was resting on the bench, and then I got a ball in the paint, and then instead of going up, I fucking dished it out. He goes, shoot it, and I'm all like, oh yeah, my bad, coach. And next play, I got the ball, layup. So yeah, it's crazy too with the whole like mindset aspect of anything, but now that we're talking like basketball, you know what I'm saying? It's really something that we got to train, right? And I think if we plant the seed within our youth, like early on, as far as the growth mindset,
Oh yeah.
then they're going to eventually on the court grow, but also like outside the court, they're going to keep growing. You know what I'm saying? Because life is tough, dude. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Yep.
what are you going
And
to
you're
do when, things don't go your way,
yeah, and
right?
you're gonna mess up, and it's gonna be embarrassing sometimes. But it's how do you respond after that? And
Yep.
it's funny when you said the kids get it's frustrating. We have a saying at I'm Possible. It's like frustration is earned.
Mm,
So it's kind of like so. For instance, I won't put him on blast, but I had a kid yesterday. He's very talented for his age, young kid, and I'm showing him how to do this alternating two ball dribble, and then you kill one, you pin it while keeping the other one alive, which is a challenge in itself. And then you have to bounce it and pop it back up, all the
mm,
while keeping the dribble alive. So it's like very complicated. You have to decouple hands and everything. And he's getting frustrated. He's like throwing a little like mini tantrum, like
yeah.
30 seconds. He's only been doing it for like 20, 30 seconds. So we have this saying that like frustration is earned, and it's like, and I was like, do you expect to get this like right off the bat? I was like,
Mm,
I'm pretty good. And it took me 10 minutes of just like sweat pouring off of me to like get my left hand to do this.
yeah. Yeah.
And so like you don't really have the right to feel frustrated until you've at least given it 5, 10 minutes, and then by all means, throw
Yeah.
your tantrums, whatever, right?
Yep, yep, yep. No, yeah, that's yeah, that's solid, dude. That's what happened with that homer he gave a few weeks ago with the wall the
Yeah,
two ball wall passes.
yeah,
Yeah, at first Elijah was getting like super frustrated. I was like, hey, dude, this is a very complicated um passing drill. It's like, let me help you real quick. So like, if you notice, like he tossed and then I helped him to like start off. So I tossed the
there you
ball
go.
instead of him like tossing and trying to like do two at once. And then yeah, at first he was getting frustrated. You know, I'm like, I said exactly. I was like, "Is this your first time doing this?" It's like, "Yeah." It was like, "You remember your first time shooting a free throw?" It's like, "Yeah." I was like, did you make it?" It's like, "I couldn't even reach the rim." I was like, "Yeah, dude." It's like, just practice. So then after he was like, "Oh, okay, okay." But yeah, I think it's that that reminder for our kids to like, hey, it's okay, bro, chill out, right? So,
Yeah,
but
and if I could say something about the mistakes too, it's like I love, and I'll say this to my clients all the time. I love mistakes. So
yep,
if they get down about it, I'm like, dude, I love them. Like, make them. If you're gonna make them big. Because the one
yep,
thing that I really dislike, and I was like this as a kid myself, is the people who hold back. They want to stay in their comfort zone and do the things that they can do,
yep,
and that's really you're just putting a ceiling on yourself.
yep,
But if you're
yep,
willing to actually put yourself out there and try something new, if you go as hard and as fast as you can with this, I guarantee you're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna make them big, but then you're gonna break through to the other side. And you're gonna get there faster. Versus if you were just approaching it very tentatively. You
yep,
could I could have a kid. I'm having him do whatever technique, and he's going at 20%, and he can do it. Maybe it's like a side jab to like an inside step or something, and he can do it at 20%. But then I'm like, okay, let's go to game speed. And then
yep,
he's making all kinds of mistakes. Footwork's gone to hell in a handbasket, the rest of it. And I'm like, why don't we just start up? Like sometimes I understand that you have to break things down and go slow. But most of the time I'm like, just go as fast as you can, right from the get-go.
yep,
Because we're gonna get there anyway.
yeah,
And
yeah,
the
yeah,
mistakes are gonna present themselves. So why not just go game speed right away and we'll get there faster.
yep,
So I
yep,
really love the kids who like they kind of have this like white belt mentality of like they bring that humility and like they like I'm just a beginner, so I don't even care
yep, yep.
if
No,
I
yeah, for
mess up.
sure, dude. Yeah, it's crazy. That's what I've been hammering in with Elijah since forever. As far as like since he started basketball. At first, like he was like, oh, like I'm his dad, so he like he listens, but it's like you know what I mean. But yeah, it's I think after this past the first season with the rookie season, he realized that like, oh shoot, I'm actually capable. You know what I'm saying? Because like most of the
He was
kids,
killing it last
no,
season.
no, thanks, dude. Yeah, like most of the so with Encore Basketball League, it's a pretty competitive rec league. So like there's kids who first time playing basketball, but also majority of like AAU kids like who've been playing like pretty competitive for a minute. So most of the guys or kids on his squad that I've coached, like he's always like on like the lower skilled experience level tier. But
Mhm.
then I think with him going with the rookie league with other like really fresh green players, and then him like just hooping, just balling
he,
out,
he
like he
would
was like,
just he would just be carving through them and have a
yeah,
layup
yeah,
like
yeah,
it's like
yeah,
10
yeah.
times a game.
I legit like that's when he started to like really love the game and like, oh, I want to practice so I can get better. So there, it's I always tell him too, like, hey, like on the court, I would say be a respectful warrior. Like on the court, like go at your opponent, but be respectful. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And then like you mentioned, like oh yeah, I always thought he was like a serious kid or whatever, but yeah, that dude's pretty goofy, dude. Like he'll be dancing on the sidelines or like dancing, like waiting for the jump ball and stuff,
Oh
dude.
yeah, he's got me dancing, bro.
Yeah, yep, yep. But that's the one thing too. Like I almost got caught up with the seriousness of it. Like you know what I'm saying? Like oh, like kind of gotta get it XYZ, but it's like no, like Elijah's where is that, and that's where is that, and then we can grow. So there, it's like not taking his training or just everything too serious. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like it's a game. It's legit a
Yeah.
game, and like
Man.
go hoop and have fun, and it is fun to compete. You know what I mean? So yeah,
Yeah.
it's also for like the parent and also the coaches. I think they got to get some introspective, positive coaching growth too. You know what I'm saying? Because there are some parents who like want their kids to like out of love, like do well and like, oh shoot, like I want you to be the fucking best,
Yeah.
who just like be the baller. But yeah, it's I think if you put that much pressure on the kid, like they're just gonna eventually just not want to do it, right? So, but
Oh yeah.
yeah, I guess two things I want to ask. First, the I'm Possible
Mhm.
group you're with. Like, can you kind of explain what that organization is and what they
Yeah.
do?
Yeah, sure. So I'm Possible, I believe it was founded, it was like close to 15 years ago. And so Michael Lancaster is our lead trainer. It's funny, he just posted this really funny video that was like, it showed him balling out when he was in high school and like
Yeah.
took down like one of the most winningest coaches in Michigan. And anyway, but so Micah, he's like small. He's relatively small. He's like, he was 4'11" as a freshman. I believe he was like 5'2" as a sophomore, 5'7" as a junior, and then 5'9". So only got to 5'9" as a senior. So constantly overlooked. I don't think he made the team several times. And then one summer he committed to he's like, okay, I'm just gonna lock in 6 hours a day, whatever it is, at this in the gym, and then he found ways to like hold himself accountable during
Mm,
drills. So he would use like medicine balls. Like not like the big Dynamax one. I mean maybe he did, but like mostly like the handheld ones. So he'd be
yeah.
working his handle and like just tearing up his forearm with these handle drills. Same with finishing. So he would be like throwing in like obstructions, distractions, and delays, all the
Yeah.
while doing like all of the drills and then new ones that you've kind of seen before. So he'd have his own little twist. So and then he came back and he was just dominating. At 5'9", he's just killing people. So that's when he realized just how powerful his training was. He got a college scholarship. Then he played pro. I forget what the league was, but he was like an all-star in the league too. And then at like mid-20s, I think he decided this was like very mature of him to say like because he could have had a very like long playing career. He was like, do I want to keep doing this or do I want to like show other players how to train like this?
Mm,
And that's exactly what he did. So he kind of built his empire by going this other way. And so he recruited this other guy, Bryce Stanhope, who's a pretty accomplished college player too. And together they were just working out as many people as they could. And then it started to gain like a following, especially with the videos. Have you ever seen their like old, like their earlier
no,
videos?
no, yeah.
I'll send some after this call, and you'll be like shocked at the stuff they were doing, like through the legs kind of spin, and then firing like one-handed passes into like an empty garbage bin, like 20
Oh
feet
shit,
away,
yeah, yeah,
like
sick.
that type of stuff, right? And then they would went on to train like Division 1 players, like
Yeah.
within the ACC, so pretty,
Dang, dude.
yeah, and then NBA and so on and so forth. But the message was always like, we're gonna hold players accountable in some way. So like if you go to a lot of skill trainers out there or coaches, they maybe put some cones out and they're like, okay, we're gonna zigzag through these with like through the legs or whatever. Uh, but there's no like real specificity on what they're doing with their feet, and then there's no like real accountability for the details within that technique.
Mm,
So we're always like saying like short and wide stance, short forward and backwards, wide laterally.
yeah,
So we can access straight lines past our defender. And you don't want to be too long. But like a lot of kids are long and skinny. That's like
yeah,
a
yeah.
default. That's like more common than most. So that's like the biggest challenge for me in terms of footwork is like getting kids to reverse that equation instead of being long and skinny, which puts you off balance, and now you're too long that you can't explode, to being short and wide. So we have all these different methods to like hold kids accountable. There'll be some element of feedback in the drill.
Mm, yeah.
So a lot of people are gonna hate this, but like the skill mat that we have, you see me use those, right?
Yeah, yeah,
There's the numbers 1 through 4 printed in the corners. You know, there's all these different lines to like where to put your feet and everything. And so, say I'm teaching that short wide stance, and I'm teaching a player to split their legs simultaneously and go through the legs and then explode out. And I'll tell them, look down at your feet because I'm
yeah,
tired of telling you. I'll show them video feedback. I'm telling them
yeah,
like you're
yeah,
still long and skinny, and then and then after I told them like look down, and they do a rep, I go, did you nail it? And they go, I don't know. And I'm like, well, you didn't look down.
yeah,
And then
yeah,
eventually they like because they've been conditioned to always look up, right?
yep, 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 yep,
Never
yep,
look down. Never look down, otherwise the ball's gonna turn into a pumpkin. So like I'm like, look down. Otherwise you'd never know what your feet are doing.
yep, yep,
So once they start actually looking down, they're like, oh, my feet are all messed up. So now they can hold themselves accountable. So that's the main thing of Impossible. So we have, med balls. We have lights that challenge your decision-driven skill proficiency, which is like
nice,
how is your ability to make a decision in a game is ultimately down to your techniques and abilities.
yep,
A
yep,
lot of people can see the read. They know that the backdoor cutter is there, but they don't have that one-handed bounce pass down in their game yet.
yep,
So like it really like cracks me up when I've heard several coaches go, just make the read. And I'm
yeah,
saying I just kind of putting the cart before the horse because I'm like they don't have the skills to make the read.
yep, yep.
So so it's I just love it, man. My wife calls it a cult, and like
Yeah, that's funny.
and where she calls all the followers Myconites because Michael Lancaster were all Myconites.
That's funny.
Um, but we meet. It's very like the quality assurance of our training is like second to none. I don't think I have to study up. I passed the TDSE exam.
Oh,
So,
nice.
we meet Monday through Thursday, 9:30 every morning. If we have any questions for the lead trainers, they break down everything by a video, and we just chop it up like we are now. And it's such a great community, man. Because like I've met, I've never met him in person, but a dear friend of mine, Radu, is a fellow IPT trainer, and he lives in Romania. Never met the
Okay,
guy, but we're always shooting each other videos, asking, hey, what are you up to this week? How's your
that's
training
sick.
going? And we'll send each other ideas and get inspired that way. So it's also like a pretty cool community of trainers.
No, yeah, that's Elijah said it, and then I've been living it. But like, a lot of my friends have come from basketball, like legit. Like even now, like at Pickup USA, like I'm now friends with Deacon's dad, Anthony. Like he was on my squad last season. So basically, it's for my men's league, it's a draft. So basically, you don't have the same team each season.
I
Yeah,
think
and
that's a good thing.
then yes, sometimes there's people who return. Sometimes there's new people that get referred in. But yeah, so I've just randomly got placed on his team, and then he was part of Pickup USA and with Deacon and stuff. So I'm all like, oh shit, that's pretty sick. And then made friends with Beto and Antonio's dad. And then yeah, so yeah, and then I got Beto into the league, then made friends with CJ, Zaire's dad and stuff. So it's
Can I
we're
just say
doing a couple.
something crazy that I think is like pretty wild from like this exact thing you're talking about?
Yeah.
That Beto got a tattoo from CJ.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, oh, there you go.
Yep. Yeah, yeah. So I got a tattoo. So
Yeah, I mean, you can't get much closer than that, right? That's pretty
yeah,
wild.
yeah, yeah, 100%, dude. Yeah. So and then yeah, and then just like yeah, just building that community. You know what I'm saying? So it's pretty powerful that you guys meet every Monday through Thursday, 9:30, and like really, it's not just like all right, get this cert and then go do your thing. Like yeah,
Yeah,
it seems like legit. Like all right, once you're in your family, right? Let's all help each other grow so that we can help the kids grow, or even just adults or whoever you're
yeah,
training, right? So but and then your story too. Where you mentioned working with kids, and then now transitioning with basketball. It's same but different, right? You're still working with kids, still
yeah.
work with your skills and stuff, still helping them grow mentally, physically. emotionally, even spiritually. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's oh, and then one question too I had as far as Pickup USA, like how did you get hooked up with Pickup USA? I know beforehand, I don't know, I saw a couple of your posts before, like, oh, I'm training at XYZ gym. Did you just start off at like random gyms and parks,
Yeah,
and then?
yeah, it's funny. Me and Gersh were talking about this a couple of days ago, and Jacob. Uh, I used to like sneak into like they used to be California Family Fitness, but now they're like In Shape Family
Yeah,
Fitness.
okay, yeah.
And so, and you would see other trainers doing the exact same thing. So you'd like come to know each other, like, hey, what's up? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
So you would see each other like we're all doing the rounds, you know. And some gyms like didn't care or whatever, like, you know, it's just a job to them. But other gyms are like very proprietary. They're like, you can't be training in here. I'm like, oh, this is just my, you know, my nephew, whatever.
yeah.
But with Pickup USA, I saw the job listing on it was like Indeed or something like that, and I saw coaches wanted for gym in Rancho Cordova, and I just drove there. I was like, hey, you know, got my resume printed off, and I just went down there, and they were still kind of the floor was in, the baskets were up, the I think the strength and conditioning corner there was nothing there when I went
Yeah.
there, and that wall was not there. But it was like beautiful. It was like I was looking around, just like mesmerized. It was just like so pristine. And I brought my like little impossible tools too, and I gave Gersh like a little demo.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
And he was pretty happy. Like he's like, yeah, he's like, I'm definitely gonna give you a call. And so he was interviewing other people, and I, you know, I'd email him occasionally about it, and eventually brought me in for an interview. And a part of the interview is kind of fun, and I totally agree with this practice. Just worldwide, every company should do this. Make the interviewee do the thing that they're interviewing for.
Yeah.
So Gersh was like, "Oh, you ready to like do a little workout?" And I'm like, "Oh, right now?" He's like, "Sure." So Mateo Santos
Oh yep.
was right there. He was the first YDL member. Like he's the OG.
Oh shit,
So
sick.
so he's there with his mom Vanessa, and I just like put him through like a little ball handling, finishing, everything like that. Such a lovely kid, such a great family, and yeah, that was the end of it, man. And then in those like first couple of months, I was like, I think I was the only trainer for a while, and I was just doing skills clinics,
Yeah.
doing my impossible stuff. I'm not even sure like half the people wanted it.
Yep. It was like, hey, I don't care, bro. You're gonna get it. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Then they brought in Coach Aaron, who's associated with the Stockton Kings, lovely guy from like I think he's like from Texas or something like that. He just got too busy with the Kings schedule, and then we brought on Moy was our third coach, and then it was after him. Was it Jordan? And then Hareem, and then of course Kelton. But the
Okay.
coaches, man, I love these dudes. They're um, like Moy in particular, like really, and Jordan, and I can't really single any of them out because they're all really solid people. And
Yep.
Moy really blew me away one time. So like he really, like he knew that I was having like a bad day one day last season,
Yeah.
and I was due to referee like the following game. He was like, "Hey, I got this," even though he already like did his refereeing responsibilities. He was
Yeah.
like, "I got you, Rich. Like you just chill." And I was like, "Wow!" I was like, "That's so cool, man."
Yeah.
I almost like tearing up like thinking about it because he's all his dudes, Jordan, Kelton, Hareem, they're like solid, really solid dudes, and care a lot about the kids.
No, yeah, 100%, dude. It's I mean, I've been doing it since rookie season, but I always have Elijah ask, the coaches like, hey, because everyone's watching, either scoreboard or before they use the ref, but I always ask like, hey, two questions, go. You know what I'm saying? So I have Elijah, ask you guys like, what's one thing I did well, uh, and then what's one thing that I can improve. So yeah, and like all the coaches are super down to give feedback to
Oh
him,
yeah.
but also like the other kids, like just watching you guys just work with the kids in the gym. It's pretty solid, and yeah, it's cool seeing the community being built at Pickup USA with the kids and the parents and the coaches, right? And Gersh and Jacob,
Oh
the back
yeah.
end
And
office peeps.
we even discipline the kids a little bit. Like if
Yep.
they're like acting up, like I suspended one of my kids for a game because he did something he wasn't too proud of, and He asked me whether he could play the next week, and I was like, dude, we started fresh. I'm like,
Yep.
did crime, serve your time, we're ready to go next week. Like, no grudges. So it's kind of interesting. Like, you don't realize just how much this role entails. Like you say,
Yeah.
being the mentor, like doing the instructional part, like teaching them the strategy and the principles of the game, and being like a shoulder to cry on if they're having a tough time. It's like it's wild, man.
Yeah. And then, well, I was even talking to Beto this weekend. We just talking stories and everything like that. And then, even for us, like the dads who like still hoop and stuff, because whenever you guys have your practice, for us it's Tuesdays for the starters. Like we play on that on the junior court.
Yeah,
So there's like sometimes some of the all stars come hoop with us, and like some older dudes are like, oh no, we don't want to hoop with the kids, whatever, teenagers. And then me and Bethan were like, nah, dude, just have them play with us so that they can actually get better. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Because you're playing with like grown ups basically, right? So there it's oh some way, but yeah. So like there's some older dudes are like, oh no, like we just want to keep it with adults. But then like me, Beto, and some other dads were like, no, like have them jump in
yeah,
so that they can come hoop, and then we can like teach them while we're also. I mean, because we're still pretty competitive. We still want to win.
yeah,
So they're like we're still teaching them like, hey, dude, like don't camp on the on the wing or corner. Like move, bro. It is like it's just move or talk on defense, like just like really foundational stuff. And then there it's like yeah. And then for me, like I'm a natural point guard, so like hey, if you see me driving, I'm probably gonna kick. So like fade and like I'm gonna fucking get you, dude. So there it's also passing is a lost art, dude. So they're like I when I'm hooping, like I try to like pass. Sometimes a little too much, but yeah, kind of like especially if I'm hooping with like the younger kids. So they're like kind of showing them like okay, like this is the angle, like learn how to like read your lanes, but also like when you bring the ball up, like look up, scan the court
yeah.
so that you can get like a mental map of like where everyone is and stuff too. So that's also what I've been teaching Elijah since forever. Like read the court. So like I have our little clipboard. So I mean he's solid now, but before I'm all like, where's your lanes? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So boom, left, middle, right. It's like all right, where's the spots on the court, half court, right? So there I'm all like, hey, once you start getting in the older levels, like you're gonna start playing with hopefully players with a higher basketball IQ, so they're gonna get to their spots. So once you're point guard, combo guard, whatever, like if you're handling the ball, like they're gonna be in their spot. So there, it's like, all right, like look to score if you want to score, but make sure like your teammates touch the ball because
Oh, yeah.
I play pickup where only one or two people touch the ball. And it's like, nah, fuck, I don't want
So
to play no
it's
more,
so
dude.
annoying, dude.
Yeah. So like there, I'm all like, hey, make sure like during the game, everyone gets a chance to like touch the ball so they feel part of a team, right?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's I love basketball, dude. It's fun, dude.
It's pretty great. My
Yeah.
playing days are over. Like I have two injuries on my left side that I don't want to mess with, but the passing thing, dude, like how many times do you like pass with two hands in a game?
No, yeah, very, very rarely, dude.
Very
Yeah,
rarely, right? So it's
yeah,
like so it's funny, like I try and get the kids to do that as quick as I can, like just passing right off the dribble with one hand, because it's like very
yeah.
few, especially like the higher levels that you go up, it's like very rare. And I heard one coach one time say like, if you can handle a ball well and you can pass it really well, like you can play. Like you don't
Yeah.
even necessarily have to know how to shoot or shoot very well. If you can do those two things, like you're pretty set for like a good amount of levels of basketball, probably like up to the high school level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah, that's crazy you say that because that's what I'm honing in with like yeah, he can score now. You know what I'm saying? But like in like the beginning, I'm all like, hey, dude, just dribble, pass, and defense, dude. That's what we're gonna work on, and then we'll work on your layups, your shooting, and all that stuff. But I want you to get really good at dribbling, passing, and defense, dude. Like that's I mean, plus like that's what I like. Like I fucking love defense, dude.
Right.
Like yeah, like
He's
I'm
he's a
like
dog. He's a dog on defense, man. So you taught him well.
Nice, thanks, dude. Yeah, it's yeah. I always tell them like just be like a little chihuahua, dude. Like just bite at their ankles, dude. Like be a, like I always tell them uh when you're defending someone, make them not want to play basketball anymore. Like just like shit, like make them not want to have the ball and make them just give up, right?
Oh yeah,
So yeah, so there it's yeah. There's been like the rookie season, there was a lot of kids that were green, beginner and stuff, so he was getting a whole bunch of steals. But yeah, especially this starter season, like he's being challenged a lot more. So like especially on the defensive end, I'm all like just effort, dude. Like
yeah.
effort. And one thing for myself as like a dad slash like coach, like shut my mouth. Like, hey, dude, like shut up, bro. Like the coach has his thing. Like just there's a group called I think it's like positive coaching .us or something like that.
Oh,
I just
shout
took
out to
their
Moyd. He just joined, by the way.
hey, yep, yep. I just took their uh sports parenting course. And yeah, so like they have to focus on like one section was focused on uh, not directional cheering, but more of just inspirational cheering. So not like, hey, guard XYZ or like, hey, do XYZ. More of like good effort, like hustle. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
not using
yeah.
verbs, but more of like just like abstract, but praising effort. So
I
they're
love that.
yeah, and then like last game, my goal for you guys was I'm just gonna sit there and just watch. So they're like yeah, I just sat there and like I cheered and stuff, but yeah, for the most part I was proud of myself because I was quiet.
Yeah, it's funny. One of our trainers, Zach Leach, he was on a podcast one time saying it was something I might screw this up, but he was like, the game is hard enough as it is, especially for young players. Don't add levels of games
Yep,
to it.
yep,
Like, because they have to list, like, they have to play against their opponent. That's the first game.
yep,
Then they're kind of like playing against the ref a little bit too,
yep,
depending on the cleanliness of your techniques or whatever, right? So that's game number two. Game number three is you're listening to your coach, the feedback
yep,
there. So you're already playing like three games within the game. And if you add the parent, like you say, like the directional stuff,
yep,
it's like, well, who am I listening to?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And it's funny, like I whenever I have a timeout, so this is a new thing I started this season. If anyone think like parents think I'm lazy during timeouts, it's very strategic on my end. I purposely sit down on the bench and have the players stand up so that way they have to face me and their backs into the parents.
Nice. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep, yep. No, that's solid, dude. Yeah, because there's times when I get too excited, you know what I'm saying? And then like if Elijah would make a mistake and like he'd look at me, but I realize like when he looks at me, the same thing. That's another layer of him mentally. That's his using his energy. So then there, like I realized like a couple games like he kind of looked at me a little too much. So I'm all like, all right, bro, I gotta fucking step back. Yeah, like legit, like all right, you're not coaching, dude. Just like you're the parent.
But
Chill
that's
out. You know what I'm
that's the
saying?
biggest.
So
Yeah, I get. It's like the biggest thrill. Like I don't have, we don't intend to have any kids, but I imagine, like I might get this. My dad never came to a single basketball game. That's funny,
yeah,
right? And I was
yeah,
good. I was real good as a kid. So I can like, but my mom did, and I remember, you do a little glance over, like you did something good. So
yeah.
that's like so thrilling. But it's funny, man. You're like super aware with that stuff, and we never have any problems on your end, man.
Oh no, thanks, dude. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thanks, bro. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's yeah, because I've been volunteer coaching for what almost like 2 years now. You know what I'm saying? So they're like I understand the dynamic of like I've had some players where like their parents were like full on like treating them like pros already and like make a miss shot or make a mistake and they like right away like just glance over and then I step in. I was like, hey, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like give him that positive
Yeah,
feedback or
Beto
whatever.
does the same thing. He'll
Yep.
he'll be cheering on the opponents, like even though his son Antonio is playing. If somebody steals the ball from him, even very seldom that happens, he'll be cheering the other team on, like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
great defense, man!" Like,
Yep. Yep. No, yeah, it's powerful, dude. It's Yeah, just like the layers too of the youth. Plus, I'm like, dude, they're kids, dude. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? It's like they're playing basketball, well, for many reasons, but for the most part, like they like it, right? And like we gotta keep nourishing that like passion and joy for the game, right? But yeah, dude. Oh shoot, we're going on with our. I know we started a little late,
Oh
but
well.
yeah, I want to
Talk
take the
about the
next like
camp, huh?
yeah, I want to take the next 10 minutes or so. Actually, no, 5 minutes talking about the youth camp we got coming up on September 14th.
Yes, sir.
And basically what you have planned for our youth coming up. And then I can kind of talk more of logistics of when it is, pricing, all the good stuff. But yeah, thanks again, dude, for jumping on. I do want to have this camp series every 2 to 3 months. And then I want to feature a Pickup USA coach and then two other
Absolutely.
outside coaches. So kind of showcase what you guys do at Pickup USA, just because I love you guys. Yeah, legit, dude. So,
Feelings
but
mutual,
yeah,
man.
dude, the Elite Foundations camp coming up September 14th. What are you planning on teaching our kids as far as like footwork and finishing and stuff?
So yeah, I got the footwork and finishing component, and I think the most underutilized skill in the game is like being able to play right off the catch, like that traditional like triple threat position.
Mm.
Assuming you can shoot it. Like if you can't, then you won't be able to play out of that position very long. But let's say that you can. I'm gonna probably teach him like a low rip through, which requires two actions: side jab and an inside step. So we're going to go into great detail on how to actually do that and how to do it without being busted for a travel.
Mm.
Because like in Europe, I don't think you can get away with the way I'm going to teach it. But at every level of U.S. basketball, you can do it this way. So I'm going to teach them how to do that and drive on a more direct line to the basket using that inside step versus a cross step.
Yeah.
Which it kind of blows my mind that I mean it's just by virtue of me knowing this guy that
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know
yeah.
what it is. Otherwise, I would be in the dark too. But if I say inside step, 95% of hoopers don't even know what that is. So kids are going to learn what that is. It's the most important step in basketball. It's going to help you get around your defender a little bit more easily than you've been used to, and it's going to help you minimize your risk of injury by knocking knees potentially doing a cross step. So we're going to do
Mm.
inside step instead. And the second thing, the finishing component, I may, I might end up doing a power stop because I think that is such a versatile way of stopping because you can change direction during the stop. Um, and if you've ever, I'm a big Malik Monk fan.
Yep.
This guy does, they're called like slide by finishes. So he might be driving to the outside and then he pops back inside and vice versa. He's driving through the middle of the lane and then he slides to the outside. That is only possible using the two-footed power stop.
Nice.
So we're going to hit up those things. I don't have that much time in which to do it, but I'm going to do it. And the kids are going to be that much more dangerous for learning those two things. Rip through
Nice.
with the proper footwork, and then a power stop, which is all about the footwork again. Basketball to me is footwork, footwork, footwork. Like ball handling is easy. Like you can
Yeah.
get a pretty tight handle if you just stand still. Like
Yeah.
just set your feet and just go crazy with the ball for 5-10 minutes a day, and you get pretty good handles. But it's pairing up the precise footwork and can you repeat it? Can you do it on command?
Mhm.
That's the hard part. So it's gonna be fun, man. I'm super psyched these kids because they're gonna be young kids
Yeah.
and they're gonna be learning.
10 to 14, and then
10%.
Mateo's parents were asking to jump in, but I was like, oh yeah, he's good, dude. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
so like yeah, even if they're like 9 years old, but you know he's been coached before, so there it's like I know he's gonna be learning as far as like receiving and retaining that information that he's learning from the camp. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, even if you're a beginner, DC, Lloyd, like you guys are experienced as far as like coaching the youth.
well,
So
yeah. We're
whether you're
gonna
a
break it
beginner
down.
or been hooping for
Absolutely.
years, like all the kids are invited. But yeah, September 14th, 9 to 1 p.m. We actually have Aloha Shave Ice. So he's going to be making some shave ice available for purchase. Also, he's going to be making from Hawaii, so we got to have some spam musubis. He's going to make some
Nice.
mini kilo pork bowls. So if parents get hungry or, afterwards, or even, if the kids want to eat in between. I don't know. I wouldn't recommend it, but you know what I'm saying? You got some mini bites and all the good stuff. So, and then all the campers get an exclusive camp T-shirt, and it's included with the price. We got early bird right now, $80. But then for our Instagram community and our rooted youth basketball community, have a special coupon code, $5 off. So the
Nice.
early bird is till August 18th, and then from the 19th to September 1st is the regular price of 90, and then afterwards till the day before is going to be 100. But if you're a late registrant, you can't get a T-shirt just because the company needs
Yep.
about 2 weeks to order T-shirts and get it. It's all custom printed. So yeah, dude, I'm stoked. This is a first of many. I was telling Gersh and Jacob, like, I want to have this on the regular every 2 to 3 months, this basketball camp for the kids, and eventually possibly have older, 14 to 17-year-olds, as far as the all-star ages and everything like that. So,
That'd be
but
awesome.
yeah, dude, as far as signing off, I would love to have you give advice, one, to youth basketball players, as far as advice of growth, and then also parents of youth basketball players, advice of, growth and how you can support your child as they grow into loving basketball.
Yeah. In terms of the growth, I would say it sounds so cliche, but it's a journey. Like if you want to do BJJ, like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, like there's an understanding that it's not you're not going to get a black belt in 1 year. It takes you 10 years. So if
Yeah.
you want to be like an elite hooper, if that's your dream to play at college or pro or something like that, you really have to dedicate yourself, training 6, 7 days a week and make a lot of mistakes. And sometimes you're not even going to like it because like tiredness or whatever. But I look back at my days when I was like training 3 times a day. And, even though I didn't play pro, I was in the best shape of my life. And I remember just being lost in the moment, just sweating. And it was like one of the best times of my life because you really find out what you're made of.
Yeah.
Like I put it all out there and no regrets on that end. Like I tried my utmost. So just do that. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Don't be a dabbler.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Don't jump from YouTube video to YouTube video. Find someone you trust and that is like as someone you consider an expert as a skills trainer and stick with them and they'll see you right. Like master what they have to show you before you start dabbling in other things. And then in terms of for parents, like you said, man, just make as much of it as you can a game. Um, yeah, man, just make it fun. Keep it fun. Keep them,
Nice.
especially at the younger ages. Like like if they stick with it. I mean, like we say, if it's just they put in time and effort, by virtue of then just keep on keeping on, as Joe Dirt would say, 3 or 4 years, they're gonna be good. And the
Yep.
way that you guarantee them to spend those 4 years is that you make it fun. So, yeah. Oh, and one more thing for parents. Ask your kid, how do you feel that game went?
Mm.
Like, don't jump on them right away with like, oh, you should have done this. You did like you had these turnovers, you missed this when this person was up. Just ask them, hey, how do you feel that game went? Just let them process it first. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, the open-ended question, right? It's
Yep.
powerful, dude. Hell yeah. And then last question, someone watching the replay, watching live, or any of the edited, chopped videos that I'm gonna put up, they say, "Oh man, Rich sounds like an awesome trainer. I would love to have my kid work with him." How can they get in touch with you, and how can they get their, first few sessions with you, dude?
Yeah, I mean, you could either call up at PickUp USA at Rancho Cordova and make an appointment with one of our customer advisors or member advisors, or you could just hit me up on Instagram, Rich Hoops Trainer, all one word. Send me a DM or something, and we can set up a time for like a free trial. And yeah,
Easy.
hit me up. Hit me up.
Easy peasy. All right,
Yep.
dude. Much love, bro. I will be seeing, well, me and Elijah will be seeing you tomorrow for our practice.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, thank you so much for everything you do for not only Elijah, but, the kids at PickUp USA and just everyone watching your
Dude, thank
Instagram.
you, man. Like you were always a very positive influence in the gym, and everyone always has great things to say about you. And I understand now after like talking to you more, you are a solid dude. And the way Elijah conducts himself on the court, with the utmost sportsmanship, like you've taught that kid well. So
Right
hats
on,
off to
dude.
you, man.
Thanks, dude. Much love, dude. Hell yeah. I'm not well with taking compliments, but no, yeah. Thanks, dude. I appreciate it for real, for real. But all right, guys. Yeah. So September 14th, we are featuring Coach Rich, Coach DC, Coach Lloyd, and yeah, it's open for 10 to 14-year-olds. But if you have a 9-year-old or even an 8-year-old who has been playing basketball, who is coachable and just loves basketball, they can still jump in. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. And use RYB5 for the coupon code. You get $5 off the early bird and the regular price. So yeah, much love. We will be having more guests in the next coming weeks for a Rooted Movement talk story. And yeah, if you're in Sacramento, Rancho Cordova area, go see Coach Rich and all the other coaches at PickUp USA because it's a good vibe. All right, guys.
It's a good vibe.
Love you.
See you,
Chew
sir.
and have a good day. Gee. All right, Rich.
Peace out, man.